think it sort of exerted a lot of vertical pressure, a lot of good follow-ups, a lot of good openers as well. So I want to see maybe a bit of a change of pace. Maybe I would have liked a different stage than this, but this is not a bad one either. We can work with that platform control possibly if a red team, see how it goes from there. But
well, a lot of our eyes are on zyder right now again, seeing what can the bow do. We talked about that in game number 1, but zyder also was the last one to get their first weapon, so a lot of the fights have already begun without zyder's control, and they're racking up a lot of damage in the process. Not a lot of defense being able to be used by Koji, and so engaging in these battles at such high damage is going to be a very big, tall task. And we can see now, blue team looking for those setups, the Y team control from red team attempting to capitalize, but they're unable to do so. zyder, the last time they pick up a weapon, the first to lose a stock, is not in a good spot going into game number 2.
Oh no, and speaking of bad spots, Kresuu finding, you know, a very interesting route to the bottom blast zone there. It's going to be a bit of a hill to climb here. Hopefully they do not turn it into a mountain. Blue team still trying to put the pressure on, but the recoveries and that vertical pressure we talked about earlier coming in from red team, unfortunately not connecting.
Oh, Spyrox is separated out. Last one to have their first stock still in play. zyder, great spot dodge, now off stage. Spyrox overextends, but at that point, you're already a single hit away. You might as well use that opportunity if you can.
Yeah, you just take whatever you can get, especially this late in the bracket. Nothing but hits in terms of players here. You can't give an inch, you know?
Oh no, by no means. Oh, but instead, Spyrox comes back and takes a mile. zyder falls down to their final stock, and it leaves a lot more heat being applied to Kresuu now. Great with the call-outs again, stifling everybody, dodging Spyrox for that what very well could have been a signature finisher there for that second stock. Instead now, keeping things competitive. Again, a game of maintaining the stocks rather than going for straight-up damage. A lot of damage being applied now to zyder, but they're able to confirm and get the ground pound.
That was a huge pickup from zyder. Obviously, at this point, is really pivotal moments here in terms of the macro in twos. You got to hold on to the stocks. Kresuu can't take too much damage, but still has to make plays because, you know, zyder doesn't want to be in any bad positions either. It's going to be tough right now. Blue team, speaking of bad positions, kind of stuck on the left side of the stage here.
Oh,
okay.
zyder,
okay.
Great escape factors. But zyder was left on an island, and this is something great that I like about Koko and Spyrox is that more than any other team, we talked about this for other teams too, but more than anybody else, they're really good about just straight up attacking a 1v2. And a lot of these cases, it's Kresuu. And so zyder holding down the fort of Lions, making sure no fifth player comes in, sure, but now it's zyder to be so low on that final stock. That recovery sent them straight into the sky. Another one, such as a zyder, will take them down. And now Kresuu, just like the rest of game number 2, left in a 1v2.
It's going to be tough, but there is definitely a route here. Kresuu can find maybe a stray hit or two onto Spyrox, turn it into a 1v1, but obviously blue team's going to make that so very hard. You can already tell right now the pressure coming in. Stuck on the ledge yet again, and nice follow-up.
Whoa! Okay, Koko.
Kind of sick. All right, and the Axe 2 is not what the Kresuu fans are looking for. Big pickup, though.
And now it's a 1v1.
Yeah.
Kresuu in their home terrain now. Koko immediately on the back heels, looking for an opening, finds a great Axe combo, sends Kresuu away now without a weapon.
Oh, big swing, not connecting. Kresuu finding a way back, still without a weapon, though.
The dodges from Kresuu, just stalling for time for that next weapon pickup, but Koko's going for the ultimate starve.
Okay, big opportunity here. This is huge. Fairly even game, especially after this little bit of damage here, putting the pressure on still. Koko fighting back.
Oh, a rogue zyder right at the end. That could have gone from great to devastating for blue team. Gotta give a lot of props to Kresuu in that second game because zyder again, left on an island. I will be the first to admit, a little underwhelming in my opinion, but Kresuu again was able to pull up their weight. And again, engaging in those 1v2s, bringing it out nearly to a victorious 1-1 scoreline for the series. I don't think it's anything against zyder themselves, but I'm starting to question myself about that Koji pick. I would love to see a legend swap here.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it either. And as much as I liked some of the conversions zyder was able to pick up, some of the extensions zyder was able to contribute to, the numbers don't lie. Kresuu is definitely putting the pressure on a little bit more in that game. So maybe the legend pick it will work out. We've seen it do wonders earlier in the stream. Even just that last set, I think it could definitely be very important if we want to see them continue on. But maybe sticking to your guns has some merit as well. We'll see how it goes. They're definitely considering it themselves here at the Legend Select. So look at those crafts. There's just some huge damage on Koko, which is something I noticed but did not get to speak on. Just holding on to those stocks really matters. Holding on until the pivotal moments had passed. Just really good play from Koko.
Yeah, absolutely. The 2v2 longevity for a lot of these teams has been either very short or very, very long. But, I mean, again, given for the blue team, they've been able to be very successful so far. I've been very impressed by all the games that we've had today. And you know what? Even after we're done with our European sets, AG, later today, we get to cover South America too. And when it comes to the metas for 1v1s for North America, Europe, South America, it always changes up so much. But when it comes to 2v2s, things are a little bit more standardized, I would say. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are about the differences between, say, European 2v2s and eventually South America that we get to cover.
Yeah, well, I'm taking notes now. I won't speak on it quite yet because I haven't watched, too many matches of South America doubles lately. And at least since a lot of changes have been made to the game.
True.
So I'm excited to see how it shakes out, but I do love me some European doubles. I've watched plenty of it, casted some of it as well. And they definitely have sort of figured some things out in a way and standardized it, like you had said, but only to their merit. I think they've optimized it, maybe a better word. But speaking of optimized, we got something you were talking about a little bit earlier. We got the boots coming in. I'm so excited for this.
I love this choice of swapping zyder away from Koji to Tezuka. Now, again, nothing against zyder themselves and their performance, but the Koji pick was very underwhelming that last game. Going to the battle boots, you get to keep on that same amount of pressure potential. Up close, personal, in-your-face action.
Oh, yeah.
But if this keeps on going now, battle boots, this is something that Koko and Spyrox probably haven't faced too much against, especially in 2v2s.
Yeah, I think we've only maybe seen a couple of sets so far, even on the stream. Obviously, it's very new. Definitely some learning to be done, but sometimes you can stick to the classics. And Kresuu getting beat up with the old-fashioned weapons. Nothing new about. Hold
okay.
On. Right.
Zyder. Wow, Zyder is a force to be reckoned with the battle boots. Completely caught me off guard. Not only was Kresuu brought in there, but one recovery nearly makes the second Zyder. Oh, this is what we were waiting for this whole time. The recovery almost tries to go down, but does fall a little bit short. Spyrox, by the skin of their teeth, holds on to that first stock. Not for much longer. Tezuka's there for the vengeance.
Huge pickup, and what a quick response to immediately switching to the boots and dropping the gauntlets, and I'm loving this pick already. Zyder looking so much more comfortable, putting a lot more damage on, and just the combos have been phenomenal as well. Okay, blue team looking for a big hit. It's gonna be red team with the combo. Spyrox being so aggressive.
See, Spyrox has the right idea. Target the battle boots. It's the newer weapon. It's the unknown entity into this formula. They don't know how to go up against battle boots just yet. It's such a new weapon. I'm sure there's a general idea, but with Zyder, probably not bringing it out too often before. There's a lot more team damage being applied though, so Zyder needs to watch out for that. Kresuu having to avoid that same exact linear direction as Zyder's boots. Koko has the ledge guard and Spyrox is off stage. Zyder's now has the gauntlets. Up into the sky, Kresuu falls, and this is a huge turnaround again for blue team.
Oh, wow, this is huge as well. What a pickup for Zyder, opening up this stage. Blue team trying to fight back, immediately going down. Koko going down to the last stock, and right behind him, Spyrox going down as well. Zyder, the X factor here, 2 stocks. The only one with 2 stocks left.
And again, the battle boots and the gauntlets have made a world of a difference for Zyder in general. But for red team as a whole, this is the first time in a while we've seen them have a very distinct lead.
Okay, this could be a pivotal moment though here. We're looking for just a little bit more damage from the red team. This is huge. Okay, good stuff from Spyrox, breaking it up with the gauntlets. Unfortunate, a little bit of team attack there. Definitely gonna even it back up. pretty good damage on the blue team though, and zyder pick up with the gauntlets. Oh, okay, this is huge. Okay, not going for too much though. Kresuu trying to break up the team combo from blue team, but Spyrox is so mad right now.
I don't blame him. It's like, oh, we were so close, and now suddenly there's battle boots, double gauntlets. Everybody's just punching each other so up close. And Koko, it's been tougher to find a lot more impact with this axe. You can see these wild swings with the recoveries, trying to catch somebody out on a rogue jump or even just displacing themselves. But again, the gauntlets are ruling the show right here.
Oh.
But that's such a good turnaround. The Tesco falls, and now it's up to Kresuu to keep the game alive. But it's all in vain. The blue team does it again, albeit a close game, but they still do it.
I was so surprised. What seemed like a stray hit turned into the biggest pickup of the set. Blue team taking it after a very shaky game 5. I think if we saw that legend switch earlier in the set, we may have been looking at a different score, but still, what a fantastic showing. Look at that change in damage. With all due respect, I think zyder had half as much damage as Kresuu in previous games, and now finally we see zyder take the lead in the damage. And I think, like you said, maybe we saw that saw legend switch earlier. I know, the bow wasn't really doing it, the sword wasn't doing it, but wow, those boots were putting on a show, I have to say.
I'm so impressed by the swap over to the battle boots. I want to see a lot more battle boots in 2v2s. To be completely honest with you, AG, this is the first match I ever got to see, or at least commentate with battle boots in that 2v2 scenario. So it's like, where does that fall under the general zeitgeist and meta of things, right? Is it similar to the gauntlets, like in 1v1s? Yeah, I would say so. But the heavy hitting potential when you're able to get those setups on the ground was phenomenal. I mean, that opening cyclone from the Tesco.